Definitely up there. And man, Rissa, the competition this year is fierce. I'm sure other folks have like brought it up and talked about it, but like you guys, it can't be expressed enough. Like there's a lot of very, very competitive folks here with us today. If you can see on the cam here, you have Cream Soda and Moonlight there. Goss, Zenith, Thunder, and Wave have played together quite a bit, but also, I mean, check it out, folks. The Clappers are back.
The Clappers are back. If you were watching Lowside City 2024, you probably saw and heard those Clappers in the crowd. I'm sure you guys can hear them in our headsets as well.
I know, we certainly don't need to tell you or prove anything about how loud this room gets. And actually, folks, if you're wearing an Apple Watch out there, your Apple Watch will alert you that you have been in a loud environment. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, who would have thought? Like the Splatoon room would actually instigate the Apple Watch to speak and say something about the loud environment that we're in. But
I know, right?
Folks are getting readied up here, though. We can kind of hear the little bips and bops as folks are picking their weapons and getting started. Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track is where we're going to be going first, though.
Rainmaker. Excuse me? Rainmaker.
Mackin'.
Humpback Pump Track. You know, a classic, Splatoon 2 classic carrying over into Splatoon 3. This is going to be the game where we really get to see what these teams here on stream are going to be running in this top cut of the tournament. So we'll get to really sit here and analyze, you know, what are we going to see throughout the rest of this set and probably the rest of the tournament as well, since these are the second and third seeds.
Yeah, listen, I'm hoping for Shadowwind to be bringing out that Tentrella. And you know what? We're about to find out if that's the truth. Cream Soda versus Moonlight on Riptide 2024, folks. Let's take a look.
All right, taking a look at these comps as well. You know, these are weapons that we typically see from these players. So we see, you know, on the side of Cream Soda, that Wiper, that 52 Gala pencil, a shot, you know, very classic weapons. On the other side, a little bit different switch up on Moonlight. That heavy edit, the decavitator, that 96, and then the shot as well.
Yeah, and folks, if you can hear it in the background, there's very high stakes here for Moonlight, and I'm sure for the folks trying to make some and place some bets at home on the stream are probably feeling the same way, Rissa, but looking in ahead to Moonlight. However, it's going to be Cream Soda taking the first checkpoint here and actually probably going to try to initiate the second, where they're in great position on the plat here as we go to the overhead. Look at Moonlight trying to scramble in here and get something going, but finally you get Nolan on that Kraken. I mean, absolutely, you got to run away from that.
Yeah, they're going to have to back away from that. We see Wave backing up. Goss, Thunder, and Zenith have grouped up there with Wave on the Rainmaker. So even though Wave just went down, they are still holding on to this right side of the map, that right side elbow, and they're not letting go of the turf that they have. This is a really, really strong position for them. Moonlight finally able to take down two members of Cream Soda. That is the opening that they needed in order to get back into mid.
Yeah, and especially with Shadowwood having this shot in mid, I mean, very close contact with that Try-Zuka as well. You can see that the Wiper was going to, or the the Wiper was going to go in and maybe try to initiate a fight, but actually forcing Shadowwind to have to back up, and Nolan trying to go in and initiate a fight with the pencil, but Wave actually already at one step ahead and taking Nolan out of the fight. I mean, at this point, it just becomes a scrappy fight until, yeah, you can get a couple of picks and maybe get something going, but even then, sometimes it's not enough.
Ooh, I don't think Nolan meant to grab this. Rainmaker, unfortunately, was in that Kraken and went right through the Rainmaker pass, so gets called out there. And I like what you said. This has been very scrappy so far. A lot of scrappy gameplay that we've been seeing. These teams are, you know, some of the top team players that we have in Splatoon 3 right now, and we're seeing a lot of that happening. Finally, Moonlight able to take hold of that Rainmaker with Basil holding on to that, going to that right elbow. They clear out Zenith there, who was by that first checkpoint, and it looks like hopefully they should be able to dunk this, and yes, they do.
Folks, I just gotta say, again, Killer Whale in these top level games, Stamp in these top level games, and it's like these people know how to wield them, they know how to do it, and it's so funny to me how we're like, ha ha ha, like Stamp this, Stamp that, but it's like, hey, you know what? This is in winner semifinals. Like, Stamp is doing work in winner semifinals, because once again, off peak they go. There goes Zenith with the Stamp and trying to find contact with someone from Moonlight. They're able to take Nolan, but Shadow's gonna take them out instead. Down to the 17 mark for Cream Soda. Still 2 minutes and some change left.
Yeah, you can see, I mean, look at this Thunder getting jump-ins on this right elbow. I love the pressure that these three players have right now into Moonlight's base. They are not letting go. They grab the Rainmaker again. They are going to go ahead and try and dunk the Rainmaker. Don't quite get it. Get it down to 5, but phew, they're going for it. They are not letting Moonlight grab that Rainmaker at all.
I know, and I appreciate Wave trying to hold down mid there. You could see Goss trying to take a fight, trying to help and initiate a jump point there, but unfortunately both of them end up going down. So this is Moonlight going to try and break back into the midsection. You can see Omega launching of this way here, some communication happening on the voice comms, folks. The bubble's going to be cracked. A lot of defensive pressure for Basil here to get some room to try to breathe, especially with Nolan trying to use that Kraken to provide that as well. A lot of defensive pressure, using it to take out the suction bomb. Basil just is trying to dance in between this wall and with their teammates to get as close as they can, inching to the 10 mark and into the wipeout.
Oh my gosh, I was on the edge of my seat there, getting it all the way down to 10. Moonlight, that was such an amazing play that we can definitely break through over after this. But man, that was an amazing fight on them. Now, with only a minute remaining of this, Cream Soda once again in control of that Rainmaker. They knew that they can grab it, get it out of their spawn. You know, they already have the lead, and that's a hard lead for Moonlight to get back in the last minute of this. Definitely can still happen, but they know that they're just going to try and stall this out as long as they can.
And you know, I appreciate too, one thing I love that these folks do is sometimes they don't jump into the action right away. You could see that Nolan was taking a moment to shark there and maybe recalculate what they wanted to do. Kraken was online. They saw that Zenith pop the stamp, trying to maybe see where they could contribute themselves, but unfortunately did end up going down. However, Cream Soda with possession of the Rainmaker again. They're in a great position on this right-hand side for Soda to just kind of hold it for the remaining 20 seconds.
Yeah, like I was talking about a little bit before this, they're really just, you know, they're sitting pretty. They have that lead of all the way down to 5. They just need to stall out this Rainmaker as much as they can. Ooh, a trade happening there with only one member. I think that's Omega left alive on Moonlight. Goes ahead and pops that bubbler. Maybe gonna get some jump-ins. Does get some jump-ins. They're gonna go ahead and pop the Rainmaker. Let's see if they can grab it and try and get the lead.
All right, back into overtime here, but Zenith coming through with the stamp, but that's going to be taken out. There's people behind them. Basil's trying to find an entrance here, and with the help of Omega, Basil kind of riding on the coattails here, but it's not quite enough. That's going to be Cream Soda taking the Rainmaker down. The first game going to Cream Soda.
Wow, I think that was Wave actually from with the pencil, who was able to sneak that little shot over perfectly and put a stop to that Rainmaker push. Whew. What an action-packed first game that we're getting to see in this top 16.
Both. I mean, guys, Rissa and I were like in our screens for a moment.
I was lost in the sauce.
Whatever sauce is being cooked by Moonlight and Cream Soda, we are both signing up. Like, what is on the menu?
Absolutely.
With that. But man, okay, listen. So I need to talk about that Moonlight push because Basil was being so careful and so patient, and you have to appreciate the two folks. I believe it was Omega and I didn't catch. I think maybe it was Omega and Shadow. Oh, the Rooster is back. The iconic Rooster, the Moonlight Rooster.
Love it. I love it.
I love me some nighttime chicken.
But the star of the show.
Right? But anyways, it's so important when you are making a push like Moonlight was doing to have folks around you to try to help you out and paint your feet a little bit. Yeah. And the fact that they were kind of dancing around the Rainmaker carrier a little there, trying to provide some guidance, trying to provide some defense was huge and did get them to the 10, not quite to the 5 like they were looking for, but I mean the stalling that they were able to do, it was, I mean, I was like speechless. I was like, how do you just do that?
I know that I was actually going to highlight that too. I know. I was going to highlight that too because I would have cracked under that pressure. I would have just like, I would have just ran and probably died like, you know, back when it was probably like 25 points or something like that. So the patience and the way that Basil was able to turn and see, oh wait, there's a person here. Oh, there's a person here. Okay, let me just weave around this, and but patiently, not just rush it. It was so close. I thought that was really impressive as well.
And I do like how Cream Soda also met folks on Cream Soda kept trying to initiate fights with Omega, and Omega would immediately pop the bubble. They were kind of like, okay, come to me. Come to me. Look over here. Don't look at him. Look over here.
Yeah,
look at me. And it was very useful, and it worked.
It did work.
So entering into our second game here, we're playing Clam Blitz. We're going back to Robo Ramen. I hope you're hungry, Rissa. Ramen's on the menu.
Oh, I am so ready for some ramen. I could definitely use some after this. Sounds like the crowd could as well, if you guys at home can hear that. All right, headed into game 2 here, Cream Soda versus Moonlight. Taking a look at these comps, it looks like we're sticking with same things that these teams were running previously. The only switch up here, I see Basil switching over to the pencil instead of that edit.
I feel like we're actually doing a tri-cast right now with the crowd.
I know,
being
right?
our third caster, just as an entity. You have the crowd kind of chanting here. Just so you guys know, Rissa and I are still here when you do hear all the hullabaloo coming from the crowd. With opening statements being made, though, Shadowwind getting off one Trizuka, trying to combat the other, and it seems like Zenith was trying to maybe initiate that fight in the pit as well, finding no success. Same thing with Goss getting picked out, but 2 versus 1 fight, and Omega landing a pretty good hit on Thunder there as well. This is kind of opening the gateway to the basket, Rissa.
It is. I knew exactly. I was like, okay, the bubble is going to come out any second there, and then it did perfectly. Nolan using this Kraken as well to push forward and create some space. Going to try and get the pick onto the Hammer. The Hammer versus Kraken 1v1 there. It looks like it turned out to be a trade at that, so a lot of chaos here happening initially. Okay, did Omega know Goss was there? Yeah. Excuse me, because that was amazing.
Yeah, that was so calculated. They're going to probably say that they meant to do that, but they probably didn't know. I don't even know if Goss knew either that was coming.
I know, right?
Oh my goodness. All right, so somebody just kind of jumped back into mid. Moonlight has a pretty good foothold on mid, but not unless you're Thunder with that Trizuka. But if you have Omega coming up on your tail, you got to be watching out for that. Especially because look at this, they're enticing them away from the objective, even though now that's ending in a trade. So Goss is going to try to follow up and take those clams back. But I mean, oh my gosh, the defensive forces coming out from both sides is astounding. I mean, we're almost 2 minutes in now. We're about 2 minutes in, and nobody has scored yet.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Both of these teams here are doing a really good job at not letting the other team come into their base, but in turn, neither of them has gotten into a point where they can score. But 3 members, I believe, going down on the side of Moonlight. This could be the opening that Cream Soda needs. We see Wave pushing forward. You see, wait, they need some clams. They have 11 clams at the ready, but they don't have a power clam. Unfortunately, with 2 members of Cream Soda going down, though, Wave having that power clam finally is having to back up, get ready to play defense with that pencil.
Yeah, forming that power clam came just a little bit too late, as the members of Cream Soda need to back up and wait for their pals to respawn back in. But you got to be careful about that, because Nolan's waiting for you with that Kraken. You better watch out too, Thunder, because here they come with Shadowwind as well. And actually very helpful of Shadowwind to try to follow up and help out. However, getting taken down in the process, ending in the trade of their butt. The first pop. Oh, okay. I thought that was a jump going into Moonlight's base. I was like, oh man, that could be scary.
I know, it's like, this is so chaotic, but in the best way possible right now. So I'm like, you know, trying to keep track of what everyone is doing here. There's just so much aggression coming out from both sides right now. Goss drop down, takes down Omega and Shadow, and he's going to go ahead and rush into mid with these whales. Very, very calculated. Uses those walls as well to create some space for their team, and creating space with that whale and those walls on that 52 could potentially create that potential for a push, but it looks like you know, the remaining members of their team are getting distracted. Is that there's so much happening. I think Nolan is in their spawn.
Yeah, Nolan was in their spawn for a little bit, and yeah, this way was coming out from Goss, because they were like, hey, like we got them on the run here. We gotta do something, and finally making contact with that basket. Only 1 power clam going in. Unfortunately, 2 members down as well. Make it 3. So this is going to be Moonlight on the response here. They do have power clam in possession. They also have some change to spare as well, and they're going to try to make a second one here. Rissa, this is going to be the one for Moonlight.
Yeah, we see all their specials coming out here. The Zuka, the bubble. They go ahead and score in that power clam that they have. They don't have any clams right now. You can see they're trying to scramble and get the clams that they have at the ready. Shadow was able to at least score in that 1 clam to try and keep the basket open, but with the members of Cream Soda coming back into mid, they're not going to be able to keep that basket open and not able to get the lead by, what is that, 3 points?
Yeah, only 3 points, just barely scraping by, but you're so right. The clam spawning, I think, was just the nail in the coffin for ending that push a little bit early, because there was just none to be had, and then immediately as soon as another push was to be had, 2 members went down, so they were like, all right, we got to abandon ship here and start over. But now with Cream Soda launching the whale, you have the stamp actually getting taken down, but Goss moving in with the killer whale is going to be huge here, because now you have taken out Nolan in the process. Shadowwind looking to try to take Goss down, but that's not going to distract them, as Basil is on the pencil taking the fight here, ending in the trade. That's going to be huge. There is no jump in point now for Cream Soda.
Oh man, Cream Soda right now, they do have the lead. They're trying to figure out, you know, okay, we have mid, which is good for them, but Moonlight on the other hand knows that they need to get a push in. You see they have that Zuka ready. There goes Omega, goes down. They're not going to be able to utilize that bubble play that they tend to rely on, taking down another member of Moonlight, and Cream Soda is going to push forward. Go ahead and take down those remaining members of Moonlight, and very, very, very good. You know, that was just a great way to hold mid, stall that out, but also be aggressive at the same time from Cream Soda.
Let's hear what the crowd has to say. I could hear you starting to make a really good point, and then suddenly it's like,
I know, right? Like, I know, right? Look at them. Look at them.
Oh, and shout out to the folks in Driving with Influence for bringing the clappers back to us here at Riptide 2024. We're so excited. Last year it was just kind of a surprise. They won all of them from the arcade. They won all of them from the arcade, and so we also, Rissa and I, have our little hands up here as well. Can I? We appreciate that. Did you know that Shadow the Hedgehog's here?
I'm actually commentating with Shadow the Hedgehog.
No way, the Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Yep.
Man.
Yep.
Where am I?
Good
I'm
question.
a big fan.
I'll let you meet him later after this.
Okay, I didn't know you knew Keanu like that.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to brag or anything, but
dude, introduce me to Idris Elba too. Do you got that contact as well?
Yeah.
I'd love to meet Knuckles.
You know, he's a little bit more difficult to get a hold of, but I got you.
Okay, fair. Thanks. I appreciate that. Put in a good word for me.
I will.
Wonderful. Okay, listen, another thing I want to mention here is consistently Zenith and Goss working together with that stamp, with that killer whale. Consistently, you would see the killer whale get launched, you would see Goss taking off, but then Zenith would come in and follow up, or vice versa. And even on the ending push, we got to see that Zenith broke in, took out Basil, and I mean, it took two of them to take out Basil, and Basil's using pencils. So do with that information what you will.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They are doing a really good job at chaining their specials. I think they have the synergy. I mean, I know that these players have...
Chaining your special. Sorry, I like that phrase.
Chaining your specials.
I like that. I don't know. That just sounded good in my brain.
But yeah, they have not only well, okay, what in turn happens with that, the synergy that they have, they know, okay, the whale's out, I'm going to hammer. They just know to do it instinctively, and we're seeing that consistently happen, like you said.
Anyways, what is the crowd saying?
They're saying, woo!
I hear that from you. I don't know if I hear that from them, Chloe. I hear a lot of this.
I hope you guys at home can hear them go. Ready, go!
An interesting change here on the board, Rissa. We have Nolan switching off of the 96 Scout Deco and going in for the Squeezer. So we are running a double Zuka composition for Moonlight here. And I mean, honestly, them being on the back foot at this point, they are the ones that are going to have to climb the mountain, and they're going to start it off right with taking the tower first.
Yeah, they take that tower first, and looks like it's paying off for them. No, I spoke too soon. What is that? 2 members down on the side of Moonlight. I think Basil is still trying to juggle around holding the tower. Nolan around this right side flank. What is happening? What is happening?
Oh my gosh, wait, I was really nervous for Wave.
I was too. Wave was like, wait, should I poke at you?
Yeah.
I don't
do I
know.
stay or do I go?
Yeah.
And already, oh my goodness, you have Stamper or Wiper v Wiper, Blade versus Blade with the Decapitator and Zenith on the Splatoon Wiper, but Zenith being the successor in that fight. 2 down a piece at the moment. However, the front foot being had by Cream Soda, unless you're Shadow Wind and you take out 2 in the process, make it 3. This is going to be a big follow-up coming out from Moonlight.
Yeah, you see Basil instantly gets back on the tower. Is going to get that cooler ready. Oh, what is this? Is Goss flanking around or was sharking or something like that? I didn't necessarily see what happened, but either way, he is acting a nuisance, able to take down Shadow, and that flank around has enabled the rest of Goss's team to push forward and take mid with that distraction tactic. So even though Cream Soda has 2 members down right now, they're at least doing a good job at holding mid.
Oh my gosh, Omega narrowly is escaping death from that Tri-Zuka there. That was incredible. And it was just a short jump away just behind the right barrier. But now finally Moonlight having the tower in possession. You can see Basil was on the tower there, but they have to retreat, Rissa, because everybody else is down. They were not successful in their fights, and they have to go and start over again. This is going to be Cream Soda taking the tower back from that 78 mark, going in for the 58. The first checkpoint, however, is popped for Cream Soda, so Moonlight's really got to be careful here.
Yeah, it looks like I like that there. Nice, nice. Nolan getting that pick onto Thunder. Gonna get this jump in pick, maybe. Yep, teamed up with their teammates, able to take down Zenith as well, who just jumped in there. And it seems like Moonlight's figuring out how to deal with that hammer. They're kind of all backing up and just poking at it that we keep seeing as Zenith tries to rush into their spawn. So, you know, slowly they're starting to get these tactics that they need in order to get the lead, in order to take down Cream Soda. Now it's a stalemate in mid. You know, anything can happen right now.
Yeah, but you know what I appreciate too is like we got to really see live, watch Omega have to like weigh the risk, because you saw them trying to go for Goss earlier in the game, but then you also saw them trying to take the tower here and looking in to go against Zenith. But I mean, what else do they have here? Because Zenith was able to help out Goss take out down 2 people, but that's not going to stop Moonlight, because Moonlight is going to take the lead.
What?
Where was Omega? Where was Omega?
Who was that? Who was that got the lead on the tower?
That was Omega.
Oh my gosh. Amazing.
Didn't even see them.
I know, I didn't even see that either. So now Cream Soda is now the team that is going to have to get the lead, though it is only by 2 points. That means that Moonlight is really going to have to be on their
Just
defense here. They see that the tower's there. They take down 1 member. There's that Zuka coming out, and oh no. Unfortunately for Moonlight, Cream Soda does take the lead back.
Yeah, but look at, okay, Omega's in a good position to try to respond here, but you got to be careful because Cream Soda's going to collapse in on your canopy area, and there's 2 members of Moonlight kind of caught out in the open there. You have to really like do a risk assessment. Do you want to focus on the tower with 17 points left to you, or do you want to take on the people that are going to come in for the flank? Because now 3 members of Moonlight are down. There's 2 folks left of Cream Soda, and they're still living in the base here, Rissa.
They are. You can see that Goss just tends to keep like sharking and staying in points and gets those jump-ins just to be a nuisance. And Goss still over there on that right side on the flank. You can see that Nolan notices that on the bottom of the screen there. Now, with only a minute left of this match, man, Moonlight has a ways to go, a hill to climb here if they want to get the lead. At least here, able to take down Zenith with that Zuka. Shadow is, but they do notice Goss is still behind them. They're really having to figure out, do we focus on this flank, or do we just start pushing the tower forward and ignore this?
Yeah, just again, the risk assessment is here once again. It's Omega versus Goss. Consistently, Goss is going in on the flank. Look at, they don't know. Basil's looking forward. They don't know, but it's like they can't call it out fast enough. But there's Omega to take out Goss. Finally, there is no backwards pressure coming in from Cream Soda. So here, Moonlight is in a great position to follow up. 2 members are down for sure. You have Omega and Basil together, but with enough painting power and the jumps coming in, this could be Moonlight's moment to try to turn things around.
Okay, they do have 2 specials at the ready. Basil uses that cooler. Omega does have that bubble at the ready as well, and does use it on Cream Soda's ramp. Unfortunately, Omega does go down. Basil is riding the tower, trying to get through the second checkpoint.
No.
There goes that hammer, that whale coming out, that classic combination from Zenith and Goss, just taking down the members of Moonlight that got on the tower. And now Cream Soda winning this set 3-0 over Moonlight.
Is Stamp viable now?
Come
on,
you know,
you guys watched what I just watched, right? Like, Stamp is viable. Okay, I said it. It's in the open.
It's there.
We can use Stamp in high-level gameplay.
I swear.
Zenith proves it to us.
Yeah, I swear. You know, we don't have to use Zuka all the time.
No, we sure don't. We don't need you, Zuka. We have Stamp.
We have Stamp now.
Yeah.
Relationship ended with Zuka, okay?
I didn't even know you were exclusive. Hey, you know what? Today, well, first of all, Rissa and I, Rissa, you used to